Hey, welcome to Take Two. We know Mondays aren't everyone's favorite, so we have a couple of songs that you might just enjoy on your typical Monday commute or any Monday that you have. And hopefully in this episode, we'll give you a reason to enjoy Mondays.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind.
The thing about Mondays is that they're notoriously tough. They're hard. And it's funny because when I think of Mondays, I kind of get this sweet and sour feeling. It's this reminder that the last week is gone and I've maybe not accomplished everything I wanted to, or not done enough of not what I wanted to. But also when it gets to Monday, I see this whole week in front of me and I get excited. But Mondays haven't always been like that, which is really funny. Mondays have been notoriously bad for me. Now, back in 4th grade, I was it was about this time of year in Massachusetts, and we had the science fair coming up. And like usual, I had procrastinated until the absolute last moment. So it is the weekend before, and I'm sitting at my dining room table at about 11 o'clock at night. And sitting there, my mother, about to go to bed, standing in her nightgown, says to me, "You did this to yourself, and you need to take care of it." So she takes her leave and goes off to bed. And I'm sitting there thinking what I could possibly do in 2 days that I could present to the science fair. And so, thinking about that, I had an idea. So I ran to the kitchen, grabbed an apple, ran outside, found a nice clean patch of snow, and put the apple in it. My idea was to do a decomposition study of an apple. Now, 2 problems. One, an apple doesn't decompose in 2 days. Little did I know that, but I thought, hey, I could fit it into 2 days. At least it'll be partially decomposed, if anything. 2, as I had mentioned, it is about wintertime. Meaning that in Massachusetts, little to no food for animals that are scavenging. For them, free food. So I didn't take either of those into account, and within the next day, apple was gone. Nowhere to be seen, no, not even scraps. They picked up the whole thing and took it. So I'm sitting there the night before, nothing. And this is a huge science fair. And so I decide, well, we got to do something. So I whip out my best 4th grade drawing skills you've ever seen. And there I have this $10 poster board from CVS. And I draw the best apples you've ever seen in your entire life. I had this 3 sections. I typed out what I was supposed to type, and all I could do for the display or exhibit portion was draw these apples. Now, I figured, hey, I'd failed before. I could probably fail again. It's not going to be a big deal. So I go to school. Everyone's talking about their project. Everyone's really excited, and I'm sitting there nodding my head, saying, "Yeah, I know it's good. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun." I get there, and I think I severely underestimated how big this was going to be. There were judges for the science fair, unbeknownst to me. And so everyone, and people had balled out. People had all these experiences, from the volcanoes with the baking soda. They had devices that could write for you. And I'm thinking, aren't we 4th graders? Where did all this come from? And so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out a way. I have no apple. I've got nothing. I've got a poster board with 3 pictures on it. Also, so I see the judges, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get a bad judge or whatever, or a bad score, and I'll move on. Turns out the judges were doing interviews. So they come up to each of us and ask, what is your experiment about? How did you conduct it? What happened? Again, I had nothing. So I was trying to concoct some sort of plan. And when they got to me, I decided confidence is key. So I say, my name's Alex Kamau, and I did a rotten apple experiment. I didn't know the word decomposition in 4th grade, so I said rotten apple experiment. So in doing that, I proceeded to explain, well, this was the apple on the first week, because I had to come up with the time frame. 2nd week, 3rd week. And on these pictures, you see a nice, perfectly drawn apple. The 2nd one, apples with worms coming out. I went hard. They were eating the apple, and they were destroying it. And on the 3rd one, I had an apple core, because that's how I thought apples decomposed back in 4th grade. Now, they stood around, they were smiling, they're so happy. They said, well, thank you very much, Alex. And I said, oh, you're welcome. And I walked away confident. I felt good. Thinking back on it, I realized they were obligated to listen to a 4th grader talk about an apple that did not exist. And my excuse for them was, oh, well, I didn't want to bring an apple that's rotten and decomposing. That'd be gross. I thought I killed that. I thought they had no idea what was coming. And now, so I look back on Mondays fondly, in a sense. They give me this idea of remembering what I really do need to do, but also what I am responsible for and I should do. So with that, I frankly like to keep that memory in my heart while I listen to the song Sweet and Sour by Nulbarich.
Mondays. So, I'm not much of an early morning person, but there's this song that helps me wake up in the morning. Particularly on Mondays when I know I have to go to work. So, how I came about this song was a few months ago, I was at home with my dad. We like to call him Pops. And Pops is responsible for my musical education in life. He has given me everything from the Beatles to Led Zeppelin, and so occasionally I think that, oh, I know all of his music, because sometimes he'll pull out a song that he thinks is new for me, and I go along with it, but I know that he's shown it to me already. So one time I come into the living room and he turns on this Eric Clapton song, and I've never heard it before, and I thought, this is interesting. Usually I think I've got most of his backlogged music for me. So I come in and there's this, and Eric Clapton, he's the man. He's strumming along, and I go in and I sit down on the couch, and I'm thinking, man, this song is really smooth. This song is really sweet. And when my dad and I listen to music, sometimes he'll show me a song and he'll give me the first part, and then he'll say, well, that's that song anyways. But this one had me so moved, I sat down on the chair and I sprawled out and closed my eyes, completely 5-star on the chair, lounging, and Pops knew he could not turn this song off. And so we listened to it the whole way through, and when I opened my eyes, I said, what is that song? And the song is Believe in Life by Eric Clapton. And this song is, as I said, it's very smooth, and it also has lyrics that are very uplifting, talking about believing in life. And he's talking about when the world received the light, and which is sort of a biblical reference, but I think of it as a morning wake up. Every day the sun comes up. And for the next week, every morning when I was driving to Amazon to go deliver my packages, and I said, man, I do not want to do this. The song that would put me at ease was Believe in Life by Eric Clapton. And I would turn it on and I would go sit in the parking lot because I get there a few minutes early. I'd go sit in the parking lot and I'd be in my car and I would sit there, close my eyes, and let the song take me away and relieve all of my stress and my worries before starting my day. And that's why it's my Monday pick. It helps set the tone for a week. Even if you have a hard week, if you have an easy week, it helps you wake up in the morning and it helps you relax and think it's gonna be okay.